Is Nikki Haley desperate right now? She has to make sure her donors are taken care of.
You went on to say there a moment ago that he was totally unhinged. I think that was the quote you gave. Coming out of New Hampshire, he won 74% of Republicans. To date, 109 counties have voted, and you've won 2. And one
Damn.
of those by a single vote.
Hold on. I gotta pause. Whoa, hold on. This is the way he laid the information on her like that. Just
New Hampshire, he won 74% of Republicans. To date, 109 counties have voted, and you've won 2. And one of those by a single vote. When do you start winning Republicans?
Well, first of all, I will win Republicans, but guess who else I win? I win moderates and I win independents, which he does not. That is why he lost in 2018. That's why he lost in 2020. That's why he lost in 2022. And that's why in every poll you see, he loses to Joe Biden and I win. This is the issue of you can't win a presidential election without moderates and independents. I can get the support of Republicans, moderates, and independents. I will do that. The thing is, you look at the fact I didn't get 0 delegates. I've got 17 delegates. We moved 25 points in New Hampshire in the last 3 weeks of that race. We're going to continue to move in South Carolina. And so, look, we moved from 2% to 20% in Iowa. We moved up 25% in New Hampshire. We're going to do even better than that in South Carolina.
Just with the schedule coming up, you're not really competing in Nevada, and they got Michigan, Idaho, and North Dakota. There are 16 states that vote on March 5th. That's Super Tuesday. Which of those 16 will you win?
We're going to try and push for all of them. We're going to do everything and anything we can. But right now, our focus is on South Carolina. We've always taken it one state at a time. We're going to keep doing that. But look, Americans are coming on board with us. Everything that he does to talk about himself makes everybody realize we've got to be talking about America. We've got kids who only 31% of 8th graders in our country are proficient in reading. We've got a border that's absolutely out of control. We've got wars around the world, and we've got to prevent our men and women that are in harm's way from getting hurt. There's some serious issues. The last thing we need to talk about is how disgruntled he is or how vengeful he is. We've got to start talking about solutions and how we're going to get America back on track.
Okay, I didn't hear a specific state mentioned, but we'll leave that to the side now. Continue, Dave.
Well, I think one of the things that I was pointing out...
you can say that all you want, Bill, but I'll say this. Right now, we're focused on South Carolina. You can look...
I don't know, man. I'm going to just call it like I see it. She just seemed like she was planted by the Democrats. She doesn't strike me as a Republican whatsoever. She just strike me as somebody who was put in place to make sure that, hey, just in case, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody really messing with Biden right now. For damn sure ain't messing with no Kamala. You know, we don't need somebody in that space. And now she's actually taking a page out of the Democrat book, but I'm gonna go ahead and say she's pulling a Trump on Trump. Really, not necessarily, because she ain't doing it at the level that he could, but she's trying.
First of all, you had election night. Trump gets on stage. He throws an absolute temper tantrum talking about revenge, but he says nothing about the American people, nothing about what he's going to do about the wasteful spending that he encouraged and allowed the Republicans and Democrats to do in his term. He said nothing about how he's going to secure the border and what he's going to do different that he didn't do when he was president before. He said nothing about how he's going to prevent war. Then he goes and says that he's going to ban anyone from MAGA that donates to me. Think about that. That's a president who's supposed to serve every person in America, and you're deciding that you're going to have a club and actually ban people from being in and out of your club. And then he goes and encourages the members of the RNC and tries to push them into saying that he's the nominee in the race. I mean, they got so much pushback that he had to backtrack from it. I mean, he's totally unhinged. But at the end of the day, our focus is still on the American people. First of all, you had...
shout out to Paul, man, for this tweet. Nikki Haley is lying. President Trump specifically told the RNC not to do what Haley is alleging, even though they'd be right to do it since she has no chance in winning. Haley is just another establishment liar who will quickly be forgotten once her pitiful campaign ends. Now, this is a true social from Trump. Let's go ahead and read this. While I greatly appreciate the Republican National Committee, RNC, wanting me to make their presumptive nominee, wanting to make me their presumptive nominee, and while they have far more votes than necessary to do it, I feel, for the sake of party unity, that they should not go forward with this plan, but that I should do it the old-fashioned way and finish the process off at the ballot box. Thank you to the RNC for the respect and the devotion you have shown me. Trump 2024. Boy, and she really thinks she got a chance with all of this, with these Biden tactics she has going on. Nah, man, definitely. She's falling behind, but she's falling behind like horrible. Besides, the only people that's voting for Nikki Haley, honestly, are Democrats. She says independents, but I don't know. I don't think independents are really swinging your way. But other than that, it'd just be, people who may be cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. However, I also don't want to misjudge this either, because Nikki Haley, she definitely has the support of some very, very rich people. I mean, rich people. Her fundraisers are big. However, going after Trump, they said that has, single-handedly ended her political career.
Low taxes, low regulations. Yeah. That is a prescription for solid economic growth, solid rise in the stock market. I mean, market reaction, it's early. I mean, you can't overplay that. I know you're very sharp on these things, but it's still a little early for that. There is an economic business cycle. I get that. He said last week, if there's going to be a recession, I hope it comes now, because I don't want to have to inherit it.
Yeah. Can I ask you something, though, very quickly? Let's just assume Nikki Haley drops out, right? Ronna McDaniel has said that she should. In a month, she's going to look. She, I guess, is determined to lose in South Carolina. Okay, it's silly, but she will lose badly, and then she'll drop out because her money will dry up. I think it's very bad judgment on her part. I think this negative personal attacks on Trump, very bad judgment, will ruin her political career. In the last minute we have with you, the polls show that if it was a head-to-head match right now, Trump would win. Biden versus Trump. Trump would win by 2 percentage points. Yeah. That, to me, is just, it's a little scary. I know the polls can be wrong. Maybe the margin is wider. Maybe it's not. Things happen during elections also, as we know, that can make them really tight. And so how does he widen that margin?
I think that it's a close race. It's going to be a tough race, okay? I acknowledge that. He will win on the issues. That is my view. That is the advice that I give him personally. I speak to him pretty much every week. He has run an issues campaign. I mean, you did it again. Your clip was fabulous. I'm going to borrow that clip for our show later tonight. Taxes and regulations. Yeah. He wants to keep the dollar as the world's reserve currency. He's very keen on that. Closing the border. Right. Backing the cops, law and order, and having a much better foreign policy, an America First foreign policy. So, Jackie, I think Mr. Biden has a problem with Bidenomics. He has a big problem with the border, which is completely open, and we have 8 million people. And there's a great column today from Betsy McCoy. The illegals can come in, they can get on airplanes, any damn thing. That you don't even need ID. I think, again, Trump will keep hammering away on those issues. Yep.
They wouldn't let me on a flight because my exact name didn't match, exactly the way it should. You're going to let somebody in the country illegally get on an airplane without an ID? Like, what what is going on here?
You have to tell me what your schedule is. I'll get you. You'll come with me on private planes. Private planes are the best way to do it, Jackie Daniels. And we would be honored to have you come.
You're amazing.
Larry Kudlow on the issues, and we have no issue with him.
It's issues, it's policy, it's track record.
That's correct.
Larry, we got to leave it there. Thank you.
Okay, my pleasure.
We'll see you.
All right.
My thing is, although I'm in favor for Trump getting in office, y'all know I'm a Trump supporter. The thing that I'm really concerned about is how will he be able to get all of the illegals out? Honestly, only reason why I said it is because look how difficult it was for him to get funding for the wall. And I'm really starting to believe that this has nothing to do with winning at all for Nikki Haley. I don't think it's about winning. I don't know why she's in it. What the real actual motive is, but we gonna find out. I know that for a fact. Time always reveals, but she has to know that she is not gonna get Trump's fan base. That's pretty much who she's trying to get. She's trying to get the base, Trump's base, and Democrats. While she's insisting on continuing, I don't know. And with all the money that Nikki Haley has been wasting on this campaign, man, it could definitely be allocated in better ways. You could feed thousands of families with all of the money that she's wasted on this campaign. But instead, she's continuing to waste money on this campaign that she's gonna quit in like a week. But maybe she's paid by the same people who tried to bribe Carrie Lake, huh? You can't tell me she ain't look like a ghost when the dude said, hey, look, Trump won 74% of Republicans. 109 countries have voted, and you only won 2.